few concepts of passing no-gi and pinning mechanics before we get into submissions, because obviously if you can't control the person, you can't submit them. So if Car's playing a sit-up guard, I need to get his back on the mat. I can do that by level changing and finding his ankles, getting his back on the mat. I can do it by pushing on his shoulders, or I can do a combination of a shoulder push and a level change and a push, creating a space to get into like a headquarters position. Okay? So there are four main methods of me passing Car's legs. I can go under the legs, over the legs, through the legs, or around the legs. But more commonly in no-gi, you're going to go through the legs and you're going to be going around the legs. So we will look at just going through the legs and getting some kind of upper body control. In an ideal world where you're up against someone that doesn't really know what they're doing, I'll create the space, move into headquarters. I'm going to put one hand on the hip and one hand on the inside of the knee. Anytime you go to knee slice, I just don't jump in. Right? I want to pin Car's knee to the mat. Okay? Anytime you don't pin the knee, Car can hip escape in two directions. This way or that way. Take back a step. Once you pin a knee to the mat, he can only go in one direction, which is that way. He can't go the other way. Okay? So, when I move into headquarters, which means I have one of his legs between my legs, I'm going to pin his hip, and I'm going to move laterally and pin his knee to the mat, and I'm bringing it into like a knee slice position. Obviously I would want the underhook. Okay, stick my head in his throat, find the tricep, sit through, walk his hip back, and win the cross face. Notice the way I pinned his shoulders. Anytime you get his shoulders on the mat, you're straight into walking that forward, and then you're looking for all your head and arm chokes, which will never happen in any one route. So let's look at a more realistic situation. So I create the space, I step into headquarters, hand goes in the hip, inside of the knee. I move into the knee slice, but Car's not going to stay on his back. He knows if I can pin his shoulders to the mat, his head and arm every time. He's going to turn into the side and probably try to win an underhook and probably bring a knee shield in. I'm sure most of you have been in this position here. Okay, very hard now to advance safely. So we're thinking now of upper body control. I need to close down this underhook and get some kind of upper body control. So my left hand is going to come across the jaw, right, not the neck. And my right arm is just going to, I'm just going to put weight on it. Right, I'm going to put all my lot over this knee shield. Although that feels probably a little bit off balance at the minute, it won't when I move his head. And now from here, my left hand comes under and I just make a hand-to-hand grip. And I'm clamping with my elbows. Already, I feel my base is compromised, just with Car being able to move me here. You know, I'm connected to him, I'm nearly away. So the detail is, see my left elbow? I just point it straight up. Okay? And from there, I'm just moving into side control. Sorry, bro. So we end up here. The problem with this is Car can stretch out his underhook and still get to the side, and you end up here. Maybe he brings his knee shield in or comes to his knees. So this is the detail. This is very smart. So let's just say we're here with the knee shield in. He has the underhook. Rather than getting into weave passes and things like this here, I'm going straight for the head and look for the Bradaconda. So, left comes under, it's not under the jaw, it's not on the neck, it's on the jawline. I get hand to hand, okay? Greco grip, finger to finger, whatever's comfortable. This is clamping, and now my goal is to turn Carl's head up as I put weight on him. Okay? Once I get to this position, and I keep turning his head up, he will take out that knee shield. Now I know the minute I release this, he's on the side again. So what I do is, I let go, this hand grabs the armpit, and this hand grabs his hamstring. You remove Car. See the way this, I'm just putting weight on him. There's no way he's going to get on the side from here. Once I make this initial grip, And here, he still has connection with his underhook. By stretching it out, bro, just stretch, take it back. Stretch it out now. And when the moment's right, I'm going to put the cross face on. Right hand is going to come to the far hip. And then they come to 100 kilos. So my knees are off the mat. Try to turn onto your side now. And that's the final position. We'll add in the submission next time. Let's do that again. So, the card's playing a seated guard. I get us back on the mat. I create the space. I move into headquarters. So I want one leg splitting my legs. Hip and lever. Hand goes in the hip on the inside of the knee. And I start moving laterally sideways to get Carl's knee to the mat. Now, if you're a good player, you'll not let him get the knee shield. As I advance, see the way Carl's looking to get his knee shield in there. But if you keep your forearm tight here, try to bring your knee shield in, it's going to be difficult. He has the underhook though. I don't care. I'm just doing that. Okay? And from that position, I switch to this. Keep going. Yeah. So as I advance, Charles, if I get the knee shield, that's no problem. Just coming forward. He's looking to stretch his underhook out. I'm doing this. Once I get him to here, he still has the underhook. This way, bro. Grab, pull in, find out. Okay, go now, Carl. Already, I'm waiting to see what he's doing. A lot of the time, you know, sometimes his arm's here. The way Carl was pushing at my hip. Now I've got that. We're back in again. We are going to base our submissions all on the reaction he makes to try to get on the side. Okay? So, let's